Hello everyone and welcome to LUTV News. I'm Jamerica Malbrough.
And I'm Kevin McGee. Along with the other changes that Chartwells is making to its dining areas on campus, another change will be with social media and meal plans. Let's take a look at the final segment of our three-part series on dining changes.
Chartwells is trying to reach Lamar students by using many various types of social media, including Instagram and its dining menu app.
So as far as social media platforms go, we really do want to amp up our social media presence and really get the students involved. So I have some fun promotions and maybe some fun activities going on, maybe a scavenger hunt with Instagram. Take a picture, of this. We also should be hooked up with the popular iPhone and Android app MyFitnessPal. So if we have anybody participating in that, our food and menu should be hooked up to that. So you should be able to find your nutritional information on that app as well. I definitely enlightened all of the students on our new app. It's called App on Campus. It has our menu and hour of operations on there. So that way, if you're not sure if you like what we're having that day, you don't have to come in if you don't want to.
A big change next year will be meal plans, which will give students more variety when it comes to picking the right plan for them.
There will be 4 new meal plans next year. Plan A will have 90 meals per semester with $450 in declining balance. Plans B and C will have 10 and 14 meals per week with $350 and $150 in declining balance. Plan D will be an all-access meal plan with $125 in declining balance.
With the changes in social media and meal plans, Chartwells is trying its best to reach out to the students on campus and serve them what they want. I'm Kevin McGee for LUTV News.
A teenager who hit and killed a man while high on bath salts has been sentenced to 10 years in prison. That man's widow faced the teen in court for the first time since the crash. Lynn Cannon has more on this story.
I've been waiting on this moment for a long time.
Coming up after the break, we'll tell you how Lamar Alive used a unique approach to handle stereotypes.
And how the campus notification system is changing. We'll be right back. Lamar University has made some changes to the emergency notification system to better alert students, staff, and faculty. Courtney Glidden has more information on the notifications.
Helping this little boy do what other kids can, one design at a time.
Say thank you.
Thank you.
Well, it's nice to see that boy can get around and start playing with his friends again. That's awesome. That's great.
Yeah. It's a wonderful team to grant little Chris a new hand. Well, Jay-Z is making headlines once again, and Reba McEntire makes her way to Beaumont.
Enoma Owens and Brent Walker joins us in the studio for a look at some entertainment. Enoma and Brent.
And I'm Enoma Owens. Back to you at the desk.
Well, we've had some good weather this week with lots of wind and sun too.
Yes, and I can't believe we've had a week without rain.
Well, I hope we all enjoyed it while it lasted, because this week the weather is a pure monopoly. The sun versus the rain. Who knows who will win this week? I'll have your complete 5-day weather forecast coming up after the break. Stay tuned. So not too bad weather, but we will have some rain this week. You just got to take the good with the bad. I'm really concerned about us almost hitting the 80-degree mark. It's like we just got into springtime, and the weather's almost trying to give us some summer. I'm not ready for 80-degree weather. I'm just not there.
It almost seems like we're bouncing back to some cooler temperatures. I see some 40s on there too,
Yeah,
and that's kind
and
of different from the last 2 weeks as well.
Yeah.
Anything is possible.
Anything. A little rain to begin the week, but sun to finish it off. That sounds good. Now for a look at sports this week, we have Jordan Washington in the studio.
Bringing us the latest sports updates. Jordan?
And that's all I have for sports this week. Remember to fear the bird. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Jordan. That was some pretty nice stories concerning the sports and athletes. So, Kevin, what do you use to stay hydrated?
And water, Gatorade, and Powerade. Quit doing that soda a long time ago. It's been working out great.
Nice, healthy choices. Wonderful. Coming up after the break, we will find out if we have any luck for our son.
We'll be right back.
I use Gatorade.
Well, Well, Jasmine, tell us more about these 40s and near 80s that we'll be seeing this week.
Well, our highs will be high and our lows will be lows. On Monday, starting out with some thunderstorms, unfortunately, we have a high of 73 and a low of 49. And on Wednesday, halfway through our work week, there's that sun and some clouds with moderate temperatures with a high of 70 and a low of 56. So not bad for the middle of your week. And on Friday, to close out our work week until the weekend, we actually almost touch 80 with a high of 78 and a low of 59. So taking the good bad, one day of rain, no, we just got to deal with it. We got some cooler temperatures too, so it won't be too hot for us.
Plenty of days for activities, right?
Yes, of course.
That's wonderful. Talk about a cheeky moment. Prince William and his wife Kate got an unusual welcome in New Zealand. They were greeted not by throngs, but by a thong. CNN's Jenny Moos reports on the royal bummer.
These days, it's usually the photo of little Prince George that gets all the attention. But even the new royal baby arriving on his first official trip abroad couldn't compete with what we're calling the royal bummer. Though technically the only one bumming was the warrior with his decorated buns exposed. Is that any way to welcome a future king and queen? You betcha. It was a traditional New Zealand welcome by Maori dancers. Forget merely rubbing shoulders with the royals. First the prince and then the duchess rubbed noses in a traditional greeting with Maori elders. At one point, Prince William had to meet a challenge by picking up a dart while maintaining eye contact to prove that he was friend, not foe. Reminds us of the time Laura Bush was greeted by a soldier in short shorts, part of a New Zealand contingent in Afghanistan, slapping and thrusting. It was a welcome we described at the time as a cross between a Chippendales lap dance and the mating dance of the emu. We tend to love when leaders go native, or at least let their hair down. For once, the Duchess's designer red coat by Catherine Walker wasn't the only outfit attracting attention. What does a prince do after meeting a guy in a thong? He straightens his tie. Britain's Daily Mail had the perfect caption for the Duchess meets nearly naked warrior moment. Eyes front, Kate, in response to that cheeky behind. Jeannie Mo, CNN, New York.
Well, we all learned today that, some countries really keep their culture and traditions alive for a really long time.
Right. Yes, that was a nice cheeky greeting.
That's true. Well, thank you for joining us on LUTV News.
And you can follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook for more campus news.
Pack 'em cards.
See you next time.